So the pick is in. It's Craig Woodson, safety from California.
Yeah. So a true free safety prospect, and I think that's something that
we talked about that last night.
Is a potential need for this team. Somebody that can play at the top of the defense and center field. I think he's probably at his best playing in more split safety coverage or rotating down in that robber role or into that short zone distribution. But I definitely think he can play up top and play the deep role as well, and I'm sure they feel that way too. We've talked numerous times about them needing like a Duron Harmon type of safety that can let Kyle Duggar and Jabril Peppers play closer to the line of scrimmage, play in the box, especially on third down and obvious passing situations. I feel pretty good about Woodson potentially competing for that sort of third safety role. I don't know if he's going to be a starter in the NFL long term, but as a depth safety, somebody that can rotate in on third down, passing situations, play center field, I think that he can do those types of things, and they obviously felt like this was a need. It seems like they felt like safety was definitely on the radar for this draft.
Yeah, well, Marcus Epps, he brought back Jalen Hawkins as well.
Yep.
I said earlier in the show, do you still feel like there are guys who compete for starting roles? I don't know if I'd qualify this. I think, Ev, you put it pretty well, that he'll compete to be a rotational piece. But I do think that the signals are pointing towards we need another option. We don't want to play Duggar and Peppers together. I think that's what we all kind of acknowledge, that those two guys are going to be at their best when they're free to move around, make plays on the second level instead of, like what Duron Harmon did so well. But that's a very specific kind of job. So maybe if he's able to do that and be that third safety on, third downs, end of games when you're trying to play a lot of coverage on the back end, it could make sense.
Fills a need.
Yeah, 6 foot, around 200 pounds, ran a 4.45, so decent speed for safety.
Yeah, I would also mention, that there's maybe potentially a little bit of nickel corner flex here. I think he could probably do that as well and play over the slot if they wanted him to. So there's some flexibility with him as a player. I would say, just to full disclosure, I had him as much further down, and so did the Beast. Had a 6th round grade on him. Dane Brugler had the same. So I'm a little surprised. It's a little earlier than I expected him to go, but I think we're at the point of the draft now where a lot of it is just fit and scheme and culture and character and all that kind of stuff. So where you see guys on day 3 can
maybe
obviously
this is where
be
you'll see
different.
that stuff that I was talking about earlier about the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
There's going to be some probably variations.
Any Cal connections in our draft room?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay.